Wow, this is, I think, the best speech I've seen Kylie do so far. Seriously, I loved the engaging, personable flow of the speech, her own story, telling us about her experience. I particularly loved the way Kylie used the stage. Did you see her interacting with her whole audience from here to here? This room is fantastic, isn't it? It really is an opportunity as Toastmasters for you to get some experience ready for those competitions, for those contests. Use the whole stage. Kylie is really starting to excel at that. I loved the way she used it. I loved her gestures. I loved the way she used her voice. It really was concentrating on giving us some changes in pace and volume, and it really, the experience I felt was wonderful. Really thoroughly enjoyed this. I particularly enjoyed the content of this. It's talking about my man, and I know this story, and I know that it's a lovely relationship between the two of them, and I'm so pleased that I actually put these two together in a team. It works exceptionally well. So the honesty from Kylie was really engaging, telling us about her faults as well, and I really appreciate that, and I guess you do too as an audience, that we recognise we have our downfalls, but let you know about them, and it makes us so human. It really does, and it helps people who are thinking about getting a mentor be able to be really honest and human with their mentee as well, and vice versa. So what I'd like to suggest is just a couple of small twitches that I'd like Kylie to have a look at. She did great with movement around the stage area, but there was still just a little bit of that Kylie pacing and dancing around. There's just a little bit of it. She used to do loads of it. So really, she's come forward in leaps and bounds. This really was a great speech. The other small thing I'd like Kylie to work on, I loved her gestures. She had big gestures, she had one arm, she used them in a variety of ways. However, yeah, she's sitting there with her hands tied. Yeah. There's a little bit of this. So I'd like Kylie to remember, drop those arms to your sides occasionally. A little bit of hand clasping, we're not even going to notice. But if you drop them to the sides a little bit, it would make less of that hand clasping. You know, one of the things I know about Kylie that I really love in her relationship with Toastmasters is her willingness to learn. And I think that is why we are seeing Kylie come forward in leaps and bounds these days. This was a great show of what Kylie could do at a competition, at a contest. Now, unfortunately, as area, you're not going to be able to do those this year, eh? I want to see you in contests next year, Kylie, because this, seriously, you are getting to that place, and I think you'd agree with me too, wouldn't you, Megan? The use of the stage, the use of interacting with the audience, brilliant. Wow, I'm sitting there going, wow, Kylie, go girl, you're doing great. You really are. Very impressed, very proud. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.